Nintendo!
Hey everyone, welcome back with Bino Mac, where today we're going to continue our Star Fox Assault playthrough on the Nintendo GameCube. Let's go wild.
We have arrived at Fichina. This is where we lost track of Pigma.
Fichina, huh? Just great. There's nothing here but snow and ice.
Uh-huh. But after they built the Climate Control Center, the planet became inhabitable.
This is a crisis, team. From the look of things, the climate control generators, well, looks like it's been out of order for quite a while. If this blizzard keeps up, the planet will once again become barren.
I wonder if this is Pigma's work. Could he be laying a trap?
Oh, we can't fly our wings in this weather.
We have no choice. I'll go down and get the generator back up. If I can just get to the Climate Control Center, we'll be okay.
Playing the hero again, huh, Foxy? Hey, more power to you, buddy. Me? I hate the cold.
It makes me hibernate.
It's up to you, Fox. I'll make sure the others are ready to launch their R-Wings at any time.
Rob, scan the control center.
Affirmative. The Climate Control Center is protected by a shield.
All right. So to get in, we have to turn that shield off first.
Yeah, I guess you're right. No time for subtlety. I'm gonna have to blow up the generators.
Don't go overboard, Fox.
It's under control.
Then get going and do it. We're just spinning our wheels here.
Careful what you wish for, Falco.
Alright, here we go, fellas. Now this is mission 4, this time, of our playthrough of Star Fox Assault. I definitely remember this one. I think this is a really cool area, Fichina. I think the issue that I have with it is, you know, it's very tough to see in this level at certain points, you know. They did a little, maybe too good of a job at the blizzard aspect, but excuse me, but that's kind of more or less just kind of an intentional game design type decision. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm kind of struggling a little bit trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going. But I think this is a really cool area that they have. Another complaint about this game is I feel like there's a lot of lore elements, like this planet, for instance. Maybe it was expanded upon in later games, maybe this is a returning feature. Although from the way they were talking about this planet in the cutscene before this, it doesn't seem like that's the case, that they've ever been here before. But I'm curious about, you know, the lore of this planet, you know. Obviously they have this breaker that is used to stop the blizzard here. But, you know, who created it? You know, if the R-Wings have issue in this kind of weather, they can't even fly in this kind of stuff, and it was uninhabitable to begin with. How did they get the generator? Who built this generator? And they even talk about, you know, the planet being habitable and all this other stuff. Who lives here to begin with? I mean, it doesn't seem like there is anybody who does. And then on top of that, you know, you don't see any, you know, settlements or civilizations. Is it something where the Aparoids destroyed all of the things here and the wildlife and stuff like that? They don't really say. So I mean, it's definitely really cool, and maybe, you know, I know there's a lot of people that like that up for interpretation kind of stuff here, and maybe they did explain it at some point. But even, you know, I think a side mode that would have given more background, or, you know, maybe some documents you can unlock in the game, you know. I feel like this is around the time where, like, concept arts and stuff like that, and, you know, small little lore drops and kind of production art and stuff like that was kind of the thing in this era. You know, I think they stopped that in, like, the 360 era. That's what I remember a lot about the Mortal Kombat games, but, you know, it's too bad they didn't kind of go with that for this game. But yeah, as you can see, I'm having a tough time. I'm kind of just figured out what I'm actually supposed to do. But, you know, it seems like a big area, but it also seems like, you know, there's a lot of enemies, but, you know, I think this would be a really cool area for multiplayer. But other than that, I mean, it's just tough to see, and there's a lot of emptiness almost to it. It kind of reminds me of the Resident Evil 6 part where, you know, you play as Jake in the campaign and you got to go through the blizzard to find the, like, key parts and stuff like that. And, you know, someday I hope to eventually play that game, you know, and I'll cover my thoughts on that level when, you know, we get to it. But, you know, I'm kind of mixed on snow levels. I think aesthetic-wise, they can be really cool, but with the blizzards and the snow, it just kind of bothers me in a lot of ways. Yeah, that's dirty. I gotta get out of it.
This should be it.
Control settings confirmed. Beginning adjustments.
Woohoo! That's the end of the blizzard!
You did it, Fox! Fox?
What's wrong, Fox? Come in!
Quit yelling, Falco. I'm fine. Just a little hitch in the plan. There must have been an ID problem. The sentry bots have taken a liking to me.
That must have been Pigmas work. I'm on my way. Hold on!
Yeah. Could you hurry?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I love the cutscenes and the stuff they give us. I mean, even just something as simple as that, you know, I think it's just a very entertaining cutscene. It's just, I feel like this game should have been, if they had made this game with better controls, twice the amount of, you know, cutscenes and, you know, really giving us some good war and stuff like that, and giving us a bigger story so we can, you know, really dig deep into, you know, the characters and the war and what they're trying to really tell here. But it feels like a rushed game, and that's kind of the issue that I have with the Star Fox series. From what it sounds like for a lot of people, it's just a lot of the games are rushed, or the right studio isn't making it, or, you know, whatnot, which is sad. But I mean, last episode I talked about obscure Nintendo IPs are the ones that, you know, I think could use some more time or some new updates and whatnot. So this time I want to talk about what are some ones that you guys think get too many games or are too overrated. I think some people, I'm sure, might say Mario, and yeah, they get all of the spin-offs and all the other crazy stuff, but I think they kind of deserve it. Zelda, I think, is getting a lot more games nowadays, but once again, I think they kind of deserve it. I think Zelda, I wouldn't even say it was an underrated property, but it felt like it was kind of number 2. But it didn't always feel like they got that number 2 attention. So it's good to see in the Switch, you know, we're getting more games, you know. It's nice to see Breath of the Wild, you know. Obviously, Zelda games were always popular, but I think that really shot it into the stratosphere of, you know, like, this is mainstream cool type stuff again, you know. Ocarina of Time, I think, was like that. And I think, you know, after that, it just wasn't as big, despite Zelda being big. I feel like it wasn't as much newsworthy, if that makes sense. You know, it wasn't as big of in the public eye as, you know, it is now. With, you know, Tears of the Kingdom, of course, is out now, and I haven't played that, but Breath of the Wild is great. Metroid, I think, is kind of getting a lot more attention. So I guess I'm not really saying, you know, overrated stuff. I mean, Splatoon maybe. But once again, I'm not a shooter guy, so I was never into Splatoon. Which I know, hey, I'm playing a shooter right now. So what am I talking about here? But you guys let me know, you know. Are there any properties you think are overrated?
Eat this, scumbags!
Falco! Wow, that was a flashy entrance.
Quit complaining and climb aboard, will you?
All right.
Hey, just do me a favor and try not to fall off.
Hey, just worry about not getting shot down, okay?
Not a problem. Hey, Sure Shot, get out your blaster and take care of our admirers, will you?
Well, Falco kind of said a bad word, guys. Don't worry, your ears are alright, hopefully. Actually, had to censor out some swearing in early episodes because my Nintendo stuff I am going to try and just stay family friendly and, you know, stuff like that. You know, I'm kind of the guy where I feel like, you know, swearing doesn't necessarily, and mature content doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Which I'm sure a lot of people already understand at this point. I think we're kind of done with that edgy, you know, 90s phase of our lives, but, you know, I just think it's funny. It's always entertaining to hear things. It's not a big deal now, but it's always entertaining to see, like, Fire Emblem or Star Fox games where they kind of have, like, not the worst curse words, but it's kind of like, whoa. Kind of taken aback for a second, like that's kind of crazy they said that kind of games. But I think this is a really cool section. Just, you know, I think it's just awesome that you're standing on the R-Wing and you're going around having to, you know, take out the enemies. It reminds me of a lot of games remind me of like just each other in a weird way, as you can obviously tell. You know, I've referenced Resident Evil 6 and, you know, Mortal Kombat. Right now, you like this section, even though it's technically in first person that I'm thinking of, like Vice City, when you're with Lance Vance and you're in the helicopter and you're shooting the gangs at that like abandoned mansion or something like that. That's kind of what this part reminds me of. But I think I like it in Star Fox Assault much better. But maybe that's just because it's easier and I'm, you know, I'm a chud when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm just a very casual gaming type of guy. But it's a very nice tour of this place too. Although I'm not the best at reading my radar, as you can see here.
Dang, someone on the ground's got a beat on me.
But yeah, I mean, this game has such beautiful, I think, areas too. Not just in cutscenes, but,
Yo, Fox, you think blasting me is fun or something?
you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, I love thinking, you know, going over, I mean, you've heard it like every episode, me going on about, you know, this is a great thing, if only they done this, and maybe if they did that, and whatnot. But I mean, you know, talking about 20-year-old games like that, and, you know, who knows, maybe if they did up the story, and maybe if they did, you know, give us a lot more content and stuff, and they really grinded out the gameplay so it's a lot more crisp and stuff like that, maybe even then people, you know, Star Fox fans still wouldn't have enjoyed it, you know, because like I said, I'm not the target audience, really, I don't think, for this.
Fox, these guys are all over me. Get rid of them.
But I mean, I do hope someday Star Fox does make a big comeback and return, just because I do like the characters themselves. So it'd be cool if we, you know, we got more of a story-driven thing, maybe even some comics. I don't want it to be like weird like Sonic, you know, the furry stuff like that, but, you know, I know I joked about it in a previous video, I don't want it to be, you know, like a waifu wars, but with the thing, you know, that's just a joke, everybody, but I think that the characters could be expanded upon.
Fox, those bots seem suspicious, so I checked them out, and they were Aparoids!
Are you sure?
Yeah, Aparoids must be able to take over other machines!
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's true! And the one who's pulling their strings is me, Pigma!
Pigma!
Up the ladder, big fella!
What the? That's part of the engineering, isn't it?
It's been infected by the Aparoids!
You dirty swine!
I wouldn't bother with me right now! That thing looks like it means business!
Danger, danger. Climate Control Center generator approaching critical overload.
Deal with Pigma later. Without the Climate Control Center, we'll never stop the blizzards again.
Got it.
Well, now we got a time limit on this one. Pigma, I think it's just I love Pigma too. Him and Andrew Oinkany, I think are just very entertaining. I'm not really even sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but yeah, I think he's just a very funny, slimy, kind of bummy, you know, dirtbag or whatever, and I kind of just love it. Like I said, I think the characters are really what make this game for me. and whatnot. So it's, man, what is going on with these things? I know it's supposed to be like a protection method, but I mean, I
We don't have much time. Watch out!
don't even know what the heck is going on here. Aurora Borealis.
Our attacks aren't doing any damage. It appears to have a weak point on the
Yeah, even in the cutscene, like they had the question marks. It was clearly like Pigma. So I don't know if that was like an emulator issue or something like that, where like his portrait was supposed to be blacked out or something like that, and it was supposed to be a surprise, or or if like what the people who made this game just didn't think we'd remember Pigma. You know, it's been a main focal point of the story so far. Man, what are these things? Oh, we got them. Did we? Yeah. Well, alright guys, thanks for joining me once again, and remember to have a nice day.
This is Fox. The Climate Control Center generator is undamaged.
Looks like all the Aparoids are gone, too.
Nicely done, Fox.
Still, getting attacked by your allies? Man, that's just crazy.
Machines are machines, after all. Those without strong wills can be easily turned to evil.
Those without strong wills, allies or enemies.
What is it, Fox?
Nothing. That sounds like someone I know, that's all.
Obey us, obey us, obey us, obey. Was I just talking in my sleep? No, I won't turn a profit by obeying them. I obey.